Do you like beating up homeless people? That's really messed up and you should go to therapy. Or you should play this game called Condemned Criminal Origins for the Xbox 360 and the PC. This recording you're seeing is from the 360 port, and if you see any screen tearing, I apologize, my capture card kind of sucks. Anyways, this video is going to be a quick and dirty review of this horror game from the year 2005 developed by Monolith, so let's just get right to it. You start off with you and some guys investigating this dead guy because there is a spooky ass murderer going around named the Matchmaker. So our main character has to find out who it is along with his crime solving buddies, except the two buddies we have eventually gets killed by what we assume is a matchmaker, and now our main character, who is named Ethan Thomas by the way, is framed for the murders, and now he has to go beat up homeless people and drug addicts to prove his innocence. Now everyone basically thinks you're a murderous lunatic except for this one lab tech lady and this other guy, for they both help you in your journey, and there you set off, going through the absolute shithole of a city you're in, being harassed by the lowest of society. Now in this game you may have a gun, but you'll quickly realize that you don't use them very often. In fact, the game puts most of its focus on melee combat. Sure, you do get a gun from time to time, but the ammo is very limited to the point you might as well not use them. Melee combat is pretty straightforward since, being the game's main focus, you either hit the bad guy or you dodge the attack from the bad guy. Of course, with every melee weapon you find, they all have different stats and such, along with how every enemy is unique, so there isn't much to learn other than how to deal with every enemy optimally. You can get a weapon from basically anywheres in any of the maps, since they're mainly stuff that you'd usually find in real life that you can pretty much weaponize, so there's a good variety of melee weapons to find and use. Finally, there are the finishing moves you can pick to end off the bats that are trying to kill you. Oh, and you know the thing I said before with the guns? When it comes to ammo, whenever you pick up a gun, the ammo in that gun is the only ammo you get. So once you're out of ammo for that gun, well, it's back to beating the shit out of homeless people you go, instead of shooting them. You sick piece of shit. There's also occasional stops where you have to do what responsible detectives do and actually search for evidence and stuff with all your detective gadgets. Sort of a way of giving you a break in between all your homeless people beating. It's nothing too long, and they're like puzzles, but they're not, because they're really easy. I never was confused with them. Oh, and another thing to note with the gameplay is that you walk slow, as if you are going through mud, which makes sense for a game like this considering how realistic it aims to be, but even with the ability to run, it's still kind of slow and your stamina runs out very quick, so don't expect to be speedrunning through every abandoned, messed up building full of junkies. Okay, let's talk about the game's overall atmosphere and style. You see, one thing I really like about this game is the overall look of the game. The way everything looks so run down and dark, along with how detailed some of the environments are, which really fits a game like this, considering the fact the game is named Condemned, so you know, you expect every place to look abandoned, and it does it very well. It's a dark game, and it really makes you feel suffocated within the very abandoned, run-down places you're in, due to the fact that every corner could have some junkie or lowlife ready to kill you at a moment's notice. You're not safe in these areas. At any point, someone's gonna come back and try to beat the shit out of you, and you gotta prepare to defend yourself. The game's dark, spooky, everything looks broken down, but it's great. That being said, Condemned isn't perfect, however. You do run into bugs and glitches from time to time, but honestly, they're not that bad, and along with the somewhat bad voice acting, they're really the only problems I ever had with this game. I couldn't really find any other major issues with the game. The game's pretty linear, and whenever there's like a sort of puzzle segment, it's not always that super confusing, but the best part about the game, despite the flaws it have, is that the game doesn't rely on jump scares, which is a huge plus, although in my opinion the game wasn't like, holy shit, I'm going to piss myself and have a brain aneurysm kind of scary, but the overall environments, the soundtrack, like a soundtrack that you are hearing in the background of this video, really makes the game spooky in that way. And there are jump scares, however, and they do hit when they happen, so just know, but jump scares are not very common, but the game is still really good at being spooky. Overall, I think Condemned is a legitimately great game with some minor flaws, and I try not to spoil as much as I can because I really think you should try it yourself. Believe me, the story is actually a lot better, and there's like this really big twist in it and everything, and it's just a really interesting story. So the game is absolutely worth playing yourself. Believe me, the story is interesting. As for obtaining the game, you might want to pirate it. From what I know, the game is not on Steam or Xbox, so yeah, just pirate that shit. Condemned is a great game. I absolutely recommend it. It's an 8 out of 10. Totally worth playing. A really nice, spooky horror game that you should play. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you some other time.